G'day, everybody. I want to talk about people that read scripts as a job, like an actor in a way. And a lot of people, and kids definitely, get this kind of thing mixed up a little bit, right? Because of what they've seen, right? And people who know things will use it behind the scenes against them and that. But people who don't get things mixed up because when it comes to what you see on TV, right? Or when you go to a church or a business or anything like that. See you later, buddy. Can't quite see him, probably. Don't I? Yeah, I know. Crappy cameras, isn't it? And when it comes to a lot of these things, like say a person that talks about animals, animal docos and stuff like that, or a great outdoor show or something where they talk about a lot of things. And some of these people go through the things. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying there's a lot of these other ones out there that don't, right? And what they do is that they're on a show or their shows, a doco show or whatever, and they go travel to these places and they get quickly told by professionals who actually go through these things how it works, and they get quickly shown what it is. So it's like a little fun day out, right? And they don't really have to learn. And usually they don't because it's a job to them. No, it's just a job, right? And that's why some of them are good and some of them aren't. Because some people who are professionals get into it, into the TV. And then there's just the TV crew ones, and you got to pick the difference, right? And it's the same when it comes to people who read on the internet and stuff like that. Occasionally some of these have churches too, scripts and stuff like that, and they pretend that they're all knowledge, but what they do is they read the script just before they go out there, or they got the script in front of them and they constantly read the script. So someone that you know who's in that job and you're still seeing them pull out a book, right? A book can be memorized even up to 1,000 words, 2,000 words within a year, no worries like that. Definitely for people who really want to know, right, and really want to be it, they'll memorize it and do it. The fakers will always have to pull it out. They'll always have to pull out the book. Years, 10 years later, he's pulling out the book because all they do is read the script. They're reading, they're being it. Like an actor on TV going, this fish over here, it stings and gets you. And he's got a script. He's been told all about it and they read it. Now, if they do the same doco over and over again, they might just remember by natural remembrance of doing something over and over again, which is why professionals become professionals at something, because they do the same thing over and over again, so they get good at it. They might remember, but if they're going through different ones every week and then they're having fun and they're going to their parties and they're doing this and doing that, and which most of these do, they're not doing the study. They're not doing what reading the script. They're just a professional. They just go on cameras, action, put the makeup on, and read the script. And then people will meet them and go, oh, I learned all this from this show I watched from you. You must know it. But they don't know it. And you might actually know more being the fan than them themselves, because they just read scripts. And this is everywhere when it's got to do with getting information. When it comes to religion and all sorts of things, you have these people who read scripts and then they say they're something because they know that script at that moment. You know what I mean? But the real people out there will have a script maybe to get help them remember their things because they get nervous or something like that. So they might have a couple of little things to look back on. But other than that, they don't need a script. You don't need no script or anything like that. And you'll always remember because you do it. You've been doing it, right? And so you might forget for a minute, but then you'll be like, oh, hang on, I got it here, right? Because you actually do what you say, right? And then there's people that don't. So what I'm talking about is just watch out for the fakers that like to read scripts. That's all I got to say. And then pretend that they actually know it when they don't. See, if you read a book from it for a bit and you memorize it now, they run around, they go, I know this, and they make all these videos, right, while they remember. And then years later, because they didn't really study it and do it, you go, oh, you made this video, you must know this. And they don't, they've forgotten now. It's like reading a book, a little story. Oh, I don't quite, or watching a movie, I might remember bits of it, here you go. But if you don't stick with it, you lose it. See, when I was in the Army Cadets, years ago, I got learnt, all sorts of stuff when it comes to sign language, with what's a bomb and what's this and what's that, because I trained through it. And now I didn't use it. Over time, you lose that information because your brain's like, well, you're getting filled up with these other things. We're going to keep mainly in your head unless you want to refresh it and bring it back. And if you can quick enough, you can quickly relearn something that you've already learned quicker because it sort of comes back if it's not been too long. Right, but other than that, if it's been too long, you'll forget. And I only know a few signs. Used to know up to 100, right? And now I barely know 5 or so, right? I'll be like, is it this one? Huh? And that's because I don't use those sign language since back then, and that was back in 1999 and 98. So that's a while back, isn't it? And I only remember a little bit, down to 10% of that information, right? And bits of fun times and stuff like that. You can't remember every single detail unless I get a refresh. Sometimes if someone remembers you, you might be able to pick it up if it's not in the deleted section of your brain, because that's how our brains work. A little bit like a computer in a way, how it has backs up and backups before they completely go. Anyway, have a good one, people. And I thought I'd chuck that out there about script readers, as I talk about, that he's talking a script a lot and things I say. So I thought I'd chuck out what I believe what script writers actually like and how they work. Have a good one. See you.